Let me get out people's way.
Jose is an Astro through 2029 on this special emergency podcast of Locked on Astros. Let's go right now.
Hello and welcome to Locked on Astros, your daily Astros podcast. Here are your hosts, Eric the Man Huysman and Brett Htown Wheelhouse Chancey.
We are Locked on Houston Astros, and we hope that you join us for a daily Locked on Astros podcast. My name is Eric Huysman. You can find me on X at Eric Talkstros. Find the show at Locked on Astros. Your team every day. Brett, where can I find you at?
They can find me at Astro House on X, Instagram, and TikTok. They can find me at Stros411 on X, Instagram, and Facebook. Always positive. Positive. I love my man, Jose Altuve. I'm wearing the 2017 World Champion jersey. Jose Altuve, always Stros.
I am too. I got my Justin Verlander jersey, and it had nothing to do with this. We were just talking about Jim Crane. He just had some comments in the Chronicle about going out and spending some money, and possibly he talked very favorably about doing an extension for Jose Altuve. And then minutes later, Brett and I were just talking about, we're going to talk about this on tonight's podcast. This happened. 5 years, $125 million. He should be a lifetime Houston Astro player. And I know you might have the breakdown, but
Yes.
It's definitely going to be $30 million for at least the next 3 seasons, right?
Yeah, so what it is with the new contract extension, this is posted by Chandler Rome, and I believe Chandler Rome was the first to break this news. I didn't see anybody else break it before him, and I may be wrong there, but I'm pretty sure Chandler got it. So a new contract extension has a $15 million signing bonus. It will pay him $30 million from 2025 to 2027. So for those 3 seasons, $10 million in 2028 and 2029. So that means that he will be with the Houston Astros until he is 38 going into his 39th year, because right now he's 33 going into his 34th year. He turns 34 in May of this year. So, look, I think it's safe to say that Jose Altuve is going to be a Houston Astro for his entire career. And let me tell you who's excited about that, Eric. My mom, Judy Krebs, who is the biggest Jose Altuve. She calls him my man. And I know, Mom, you were texting me, so I wasn't ignoring your text. I was just trying to get this thing up and running. Eric, great idea. Eric's like, let's do an emergency podcast. I'm like, bro, let's do it. He said, I'll do it from the school. I was like, no. Let me set up in the studio. And you know what? Your phone's got a great connection. But, Eric, are you as excited as I am and Astros fans across the entire city of Houston?
Yeah, at first I thought that he was taking a discount like $25 million per year, but he's still getting what he's due for the next 3 years. He is getting hometown discount for the last 2 years of his contract. But I think what he recognized is that this opens the door for the Astros to do something more at the end of his contract. So I think that's smart for Jose Altuve. He's not gonna be hurting for money. He's still getting his money. And so I think the Astros did what they needed to do. And now what they're going to be doing is looking to see if they can do the same thing for Alex Bregman. So I know Jim Crane in this article we're going to talk about later, he said, everybody calls me cheap. I don't know where that comes from. And I'm just out here trying to spend wisely. And I'm not just going to spend money just to spend money. Like some teams just go out there and spend money just to say, oh, yeah, I spend this much this offseason. Right. That's not what the Astros do. The Astros go out there and they just spend money wisely, like on somebody who's proven to carry the Astros to the World Series and to the playoffs 7 straight years. And that's what
exactly.
Jose Altuve is.
I mean, look, when Jim Crane took over the Houston Astros, their payroll was $25 million, Eric.
Right.
It's $254 million. That was without this contract here. And he never said that they wouldn't go over the luxury tax threshold. And he said in that article, and we'll talk at detail, because look, Jerome Solomon, I actually reached out to him and I hope he responds soon. And I hope that we're able to get him on because he does typically get these interviews with Jim Crane kind of doing a state of the Houston Astros address. And that's what it was. And what a perfect way to do it, where Jim Crane says, people say that I don't spend money. We just signed Josh Hader. And he goes, I think he's one of the best, if not the best in the business. So if you want an endorsement for who is going to be your closer, I'm sorry, Ryan Presley fans. It's not because Ryan Presley isn't the man, and it is not because Ryan Presley has not been elite, but
Right.
you don't pay $95 million to bring back a former top draft pick to go, well, maybe you'll close once a week, kid, but Ryan Presley's the man. I mean,
Right.
we'll get to hear the Johnny Cash song, I'm sure, plenty, but we're going to be hearing the Josh Hader headbanging, whatever he's got coming out. And I'm excited, dude. Look, Eric, this is great news, because all I've heard all season long is Jim Crane is cheap and Jim Crane is cheap. And he's not. Like you mentioned, and we'll talk about later, they spend money wisely. You don't become a billionaire by writing a blank check to every Tom, Dick, and Harry that comes into your organization. And what does this mean for Bregman? I don't think it really has anything to do with Bregman. I think it depends on Bregman and what Bregman's willing to do, because the Astros still have the likes of Kyle Tucker, and they still have all these deals. What's going to be interesting is the 2026 and 2027 season, when other contracts are expiring, right?
Yeah.
When these guys, and what are the Astros going to look back and like, what are they going to look like in 5 years? But look, we didn't mortgage the future. We didn't break the bank. And Jim Crane said we have the revenue, and we spent it. And that's what he did.
I mean, season tickets are up. The attendance is up. Revenue's up.
22,000, Eric. They sold 22,000 season tickets.
Right.
There was not even an average of 20,000 people in the seats per game in when Crane first bought the team. So say what you will about Crane, he's brought success to the city of Houston and Houston Astros baseball.
And I do want to clarify something for a lot of people. This contract will have no effect on this year's luxury tax threshold. It will go into effect next year. So
okay, good call.
I'm not sure about the signing bonus, but I don't think the signing bonus has anything to do with it. But guys, we will talk about this a little bit more. Brett, I've got to go. If you want to continue talking a little bit.
I'll continue to. Yeah, hey Eric, thank you, man. I will continue, and I'll drop a little bonus ad here in the mix. But thanks, Eric, for stopping by, and we'll see you later on tonight, bud.
All right, thank you.
All right, so you guys and girls are asking me, how does this impact Kyle Tucker's potential deal? Well, look, here's the deal. I give you a little bit of hope on this Kyle Tucker deal personally. I will tell you that Kyle Tucker, I do not believe is going to ask for a 10-year deal. I'm not going to tell you how I know that. I'm just telling you. And am I 100% on that? I'm not necessarily 100%, but I think you'll be surprised. I believe Kyle Tucker would have signed a deal had we had a GM to start off this last offseason before Dana Brown was hired. That didn't happen. And a lot of people think Kyle Tucker's going to want to get that bag and want to get that 10-year deal. I really think Kyle Tucker loves winning. I really think Kyle Tucker's known nothing but winning. And I think that he will make a deal with the Astros. But it's like Jim Crane said, it's up to the players. They know how they spend. But the Jose Altuve deal absolutely 100% had to get done. There was no question about it. You could not go forward as an organization in the city of Houston without Jose Altuve. I mean, there would be no rhyme or reason why you would want to do that. And so, look, I'm just telling you, I'm not saying that Kyle Tucker is a for sure deal, but I'm telling you that Kyle Tucker getting that deal done is not as difficult as some of you might think. And we'll continue to talk about it here in a second. All right, this episode is brought to you by eBay Motors. Passion, drive, and patience. What brings home the winning trophy is also what keeps your ride or die alive. eBay Motors has everything you need to maintain your vehicle and level it up to peak performance from superchargers, roof racks, exhaust kits, LED lights, and more. Whether you're into speed, power, or style, eBay Motors has got you covered. With over 122 million parts for your number one ride or die, you'll always find exactly what you're looking for. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, your part is guaranteed to fit your ride every time or your money back. Because with eBay Motors, you're burning rubber, not cash. With all the parts you need at the prices you want, it's easy to turn your car into the MVP and bring home that win. It's like signing Altuve to a 5-year extension. So keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply. eBay Guaranteed Fit only available to U.S. customers. All right. And one more thing I want to remind you all to make sure you check out the Locked On Today channel. Locked On Sports Today, 24/7, live on YouTube. The only 24/7 network that streams sports 24/7. And who knows, with the contract extension talk, maybe this bonus episode will end up there. So make sure you check that out today. Thank y'all for tuning in. We've got 131 of y'all here. I really hope that there's 131 likes. And I really, really do believe that the Houston Astros going into 2024 are clearly one of the favorites. And it's just one of those things where you had to get this done. Let's see what Mr. Guitar Solid says. That said, do you think Kyle Tucker and Bregman? Look, I don't think Bregman's deal gets done. And I think the signaling, I think the writing's on the wall. Okay. Now, I'm just trying to be a fly on the wall and trying to get inside the mind of Jim Crane. And we'll talk about this in detail later. But Jim Crane does say in this article, and good Lord, my watch is blowing up with messages and I can't respond to people. I'll have to respond to them after the show. Hopefully they're watching. If you're watching, trying to text me, I'll get back with you later. But here's the deal. With Alex Bregman, okay, Jim Crane said it is up to Bregman if he wants to stay here. And I think what that means is if Bregman's willing to take a deal, because he said we are going to make an offer. I mean, what is that offer going to be? I think Kyle Tucker is the deal that you get done. I think Kyle Tucker is a lot more like your long-term. He's younger. He's got a sweet swing. He's got kind of the smoothness of King Griffey Jr. He got the connectability of like a Tony Gwynn, and he can have a longevity. Jose Altuve as your Miguel Cabrera, then you can have this other guy, Kyle Tucker, as maybe not your Ted Williams per se, but he could be your Rod Carew. He could be your Paul Molitor. He could be your Edgar Martinez because he is there. That's right. Mike is saying Altuve has now earned the most money in his career as a second baseman than any other in history. That's a good catch there. That's a good catch. And look, here's the deal, Mr. Crony, you're right. They would have to find a short-term replacement at third base for Alex Bregman. I don't know what the free agent market looks like for third base. If DeCenzo continues to surge, if Will Wagner continues to surge, maybe those guys surprise and they're available in 2025. That also puts another wrinkle in this thing. And in right field, but see, look, right field, I'm not worried about covering right field. I'm not worried about covering oh, that's okay, Mike. Bad grammar, typos. I'm the typo king, man. So I am not one to correct you on that. But hey, real quick. Okay. Got 149 people. Thank y'all for hanging out. Thank y'all for tuning in to Locked On Astros. We're your team every day. And guys, I'm excited. I cannot wait. It is right now, February 6th. On February 12th. If you're listening on the 7th, it's 5 days. If you're listening now, it's 6 days. 6 days from now. What happens 6 days from now? Do y'all know? Tell me, what happens February 12th? What have we promised you on February 12th? Someone tell me. Someone tell me in the comments what it is. What is February 12th? Tell me. Let's see. Jamal says these guys in this generation of Astros players have to look at their legacy. Lance Berkman isn't in the Hall of Fame because of how many teams he played for. You know what, Jamal? That's a great thing. Sports Hulk says free shirts. No, not free shirts. It's the interview. That's right, Mr. Rashad. Ding, ding, ding. You win. Very good. Let's see if this is the right button. Oh, no, that's the wrong button. I did the wrong one. Here we go. There we go. Mr. Richard, thank you so much. All right, now, here's the deal. Here is the deal. February 12th, we release to you an exclusive Locked On Astros podcast interview. For the first time, one of your starting nine is going to has graced our presence, I should say. Eric and I met with this ball player, and we talked with them about the 2024 season. We talked about 2023, and I think you guys are going to be really, really thrilled. It's a 30-minute interview, maybe a little shorter, but it was a pleasure. We got to sit down with this guy in person, and I can't wait to reveal that to you on February 12th. I'm not going to give you any hints. I'm not going to acknowledge any names in the comments. I'm not going to give you any leeway here or there. You're going to have to come around and find out. Yeah, I know my mom's saying I have an unclear picture. Yeah, I'm having some issues with my connection right now. So if it is a little fuzzy, I do apologize for that. I think it just cleared up. I'll say this. This person we interviewed is one of the starting 9 Houston Astros. That's all I can say. I can't say anything else. I can't tell you where this dude was born, his height, or anything. I'm just telling you, it's a great interview. Loved it. And he was kind enough to grace our presence. It was so cool. So I'm excited for that. So let's just recap real quick. Jose Altuve signs an extension, $125 million through 2029, makes him the highest paid second baseman. Probably a bum then. Okay, Mike, well, look, here's the deal. I'll let you watch the interview, and I'll let you tell me if he's a bum. I'm not going to give you the hair color. It's not Eric Huysman. It is definitely a Houston Astro. Anyways, so guys, look, I can't stay around too long, but before we do, I've got to do one more ad read. I've got to tell you about FanDuel because it is Super Bowl Sunday coming up real soon. And so let's talk about that, and we'll wrap up this conversation here shortly. All right, this episode is brought to you by FanDuel. That's right. Go to FanDuel.com/lockedon, and you can get a great deal. Happy Super Bowl week to all who celebrate it with FanDuel, America's #1 sports book. If you're like me, Super Bowl Sunday is all about scoring the best seat on the couch, grabbing your favorite football snacks, and placing some super bets. That's right. So look, here's the deal. You got so many ways to win. Why not end the season with the W or 2 or 3? Not only can you bet on who will win the Super Bowl, but you can Super Bowl 58 in Las Vegas, but you can bet on which player scores the first touchdown, how many points will be scored. I mean, there's so many parlays, so many prop bets that are fun to do. New customers join today. You'll get $200 on bonus bets if your first bet of $5 or more wins. Just visit FanDuel.com/lockedon to sign up. That's FanDuel.com/lockedon to sign up today. Make every moment more with FanDuel, an official sports partner of the NFL. All right, look, the guesses are coming, and I love it, but I'm not going to acknowledge any of them. I'm not going to give you any hints because you just have to wait. And apparently, my guy Mike thinks he's a bum. Well, you know what, Mike? You're going to be, for the first time, happy that you're disappointed because this dude is no bum. All right. So Jose Altuve is a Houston Astro. Hey guys, hey chat, can y'all tell me, has my picture cleared up? Because my signal looks better now. Is my picture good? Are we good right now? Or is it still a little fuzzy? I really hope it's cleared up. This, no offense to StreamYard, but StreamYard sometimes is very wonky. It's JV. Oh, I thought you were talking about the picture. Like the picture is junior varsity. Oh, it's good. Okay, good deal. And of course, my mom, Judy Krebs, is answering me on text. Mom, you can just throw it in the chat. Yep, it's for. Okay. Sammy, have you been listening? Thank you, sir. Thank you. Sammy, have you been listening? I said one of the starting 9. Starting 9. Okay. I think that eliminates quite a bit. Oh, and we'll talk about Mauricio Dubon tonight. We'll talk about, there's so many storylines, boys and girls, so many storylines. Thank you, Steve, for quoting the obvious. Y'all can read that in the chat. Hey, are there 164 likes? There's got to be 164 likes. Please, for the love of God and everything holy in this world, please hit the thumbs up. Please make sure you tune into Locked On Astros. You know what? Tonight, Eric and I weren't going to do a full show, but we do have a show that we're going to present to y'all, an interview that we did with the Park Art players. They are doing the play in Deer Park called Damn Yankees. That's right. It's actually not a pro-Yankee film. It is an anti-Yankee film, but our friend Brandon Del Castillo, the baseball lawyer who has been a guest several times in Locked On Astros, is one of the leads. We have an interview where I was behind the camera. Eric did the interview with the director, David Eck, and Brian Del Castillo, and then they perform one of the numbers from the play, and it was phenomenal. So we're going to show you guys that tonight. We got more talk about the state of the Astros, Jim Crane quotes. We're going to talk about the arbitration champion, Mauricio Dubon, and so much more. What is Kaylee saying? There aren't any. She goes, there aren't any scrubs in the starting nine, so we know he's going to be a baller. That's right. Baller, shot caller, 20-inch blades on the Impaler. Holler at your boy. All right. So, hey, anyways, yes, Dubon deserves it. Hey, guys, listen, I would love to stay around and chat, but I've got to go and I've got to get ready for the other show tonight and figure out how we're going to work this, because Eric and I were just going to have a little free night and back up a little bit. But, because we love y'all, we're going to do a full show tonight. We're going to add the little interview. It's about a 8-minute interview, about 8 to 9 minute interview. And then the music number's about 2 or 3 minutes. I think you'll really enjoy it. Oh, and the first ever Htown hat review. So, hey, let me ask you this. Do y'all want to do the Htown hat review now or later? Because it is pre-recorded, and it is my thoughts on, you know what? Never mind. Okay. Sorry. Back it up, roll it up. I don't have the hat review. I don't have it loaded up. You'll see it tonight. My bad, folks. You'll see it tonight. Good to see the extension early. Glad you're here. Guitar Solid, great stuff. Colleen, glad you're here. Jamal, BG, Super Fights. Kaylee, as always. Marcos, Astro Wolf Craig, Steve Reed. I'm trying to get everybody in here. Sammy, Steely Bob, Jason. Everybody, shouts out to everybody who I'm missing. Joshua, Albert, Blaine. We got Mr. Corona, the OG, Mike, the always positive Mike, always Strohs, right? Ethan Landrum, Guillermo Davila, so many more. Let's see who else. Sports Hulk, thank you. Joe Blue, Jason Gray. I've already said Jason Gray. Joshua Martinez, I think I already said that. Tony Martinez, welcome, brother. And so many more. Ben Hur, I loved your movie, by the way. Sam R, Julian Lozano, Judy Krebs, my mom, the OG, that's right, the original mom, Jackie, Bali, Josue Martinez, BG, and so many more. If I missed y'all, I'm so sorry. But Al Pierce, you came in there. Good job. Spring training hat. Yes, I will do the spring training hat review. I'll just tell you right now, I'm not a fan of it, but it's kind of growing on me. I hate that because I love hats. So I might go back on my criticism of the hat and buy one. Yes, you got a shout out, Joe Blue. Yes, sir. Blaine Rodriguez, you too. Jamal Kareem. Y'all have, you know what, guys, y'all have a good one. This has been great. John, what's up? David Berry, I got you in there. Adrian Aguilera, got you guys too. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. 155 of y'all, almost 200 of y'all showed up tonight. I'm excited. Jose Altuve, Jose. Hey, y'all come back. I'm Htown Wheelhouse. He was Eric Huysman. He had to go take his kids home. We're going to be getting ready for another Locked On Astros tonight. It's a great night to be a Houston Astros fan. Watch out, Rangers, because there's a target on your back. And you know what? Put the women and children to bed because we're going looking for dinner, boys. That's right. And for all of us here at Locked On Astros, remember, we're your team every single day. I'm out. See you later. Go Astros. Woo. Man, I'm excited. Way to bring it home, Altuve.